How's it going? Josue back again with another video on Hear Me Raw. And today I'd like to talk to you guys about energy. And science has proven that in fact everything is energy. It's all energy. And it is a little hard to believe that, but I do in fact believe it. How I've been looking at the world lately makes a lot more sense than what I thought I knew the world was before. Many of us, we get fed a definition of the world through school, through our families, through our heritage, our culture, through belief systems of others that have also, you know, right now, like the truth is almost a conspiracy. It's like whatever the most people believe, that's what becomes the truth. And we tend not to dig any deeper. So if you believe everything you've been taught, then most likely you've been taught a lie. If the people at the top can have control of the information, then they can control the people. They control the information through the school systems, through the food, through the air, through the water. So we kind of have to get out there and do our own research. We have to kind of get out there and live life and experience life and pick and choose what our truth will be, or at least experience the truth. And to experience the truth, I believe you have to experience yourself, because you are the truth. You are the truth. And if that doesn't make sense to you now, later on down the road, if you keep going down this path, the path of going within, meditating, and spending more time with yourself, spending more time in nature, and truly asking questions rather than just believing everything that you have been told. So in terms of energy, yes, even science is proving a lot of these spiritual beliefs that have been there for so long. Science is catching up to spirituality. I believe we need all of it, I'm not religious. I don't have one religion, but I do see truth in many religions. There's truth in almost everything. So I take the truth out, and then I leave what is not the truth. I leave if it doesn't resonate with me, if it doesn't help me rise higher, if it doesn't help me to become more loving and more connected, then I tend to just keep that out. But whatever it is, that if it helps me to be more connected, if it helps me to be more loving, if it helps me in my journey, I take that. And I can't really see one religion that has it all right, or one philosophy that has it all the way right. So it's good to have a little bit of balance. And so when it comes to energy, yes, science has proven that, and I think we need to have the science and religion and spirituality, like they should all come together. They all have their good points. Some people like the science, some people like the spirituality aspect of it, some people like the philosophical aspect of it, but they can all come together, and you can see this now. It is all coming together. We're also in the information age, so we have the internet, and everybody's out there learning. Yes, some of us not learning the best things, but trial and error. If you see something one day and you believe in it, and then the next thing you see like a different information, but this one is actually right, then it's okay to change your beliefs. We're all kind of learning as we go. This is an everyday process. And I'm learning every day how to manage my energy better, because energy is crucial. We need energy. We need energy in order to do whatever it is that we need to do. We need energy to get up out of bed in the morning. If we wake up and we're drained, we can't really do anything. If we wake up and we're like, we don't have energy, we're gonna feel like we're gonna have a crappy day because we have no momentum. So many people out there, like we just feel like we don't have the energy, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Of course, I think one of the top number one reasons that many of us don't have energy is the fact that we are not eating the correct way. We're giving our bodies the wrong type of food. And of course, you are what you eat, but not just what you eat, but you are what you feed your senses. What you feed your senses is all important. So what are you eating? What are you putting inside your system? But in terms of the food, better food, lighter foods that are more natural, less processed foods, less heavy foods with no oils, salts, artificial sugars. If you can stay away from those foods, and stay away from the stimulants like the caffeine, the weed, anything that kind of like messes with you psychologically, if you can keep those things out of your system, because all those things, like, your body doesn't really need them, if you give your body something that it doesn't need, then it has to spend extra time getting rid of it. Like when you drink coffee, like your body's trying to get rid of that caffeine because it doesn't want it. It's not supposed to be in your system. Like the weed, it doesn't want to be in your system. The alcohol, your body's trying to kick that out of your system. So try to keep more energy to yourself by not putting so many things inside of your body to drain yourself. In fact, sometimes I find I have the most energy in a day when I don't eat right away. That rhymes. But yeah, it's the best day sometimes when I wake up and I don't eat, and I won't eat for a long time, and I'll have plenty of energy, and I'll especially have plenty of mental energy. Like my mind won't be all over the place. My mind won't be focused on like, oh, what am I gonna eat? What am I gonna eat? You know, because I went from that place when I used to just eat throughout the day. Like I'll eat one thing, 10 minutes later I'm eating something else, 20 minutes later something else, 30 minutes later something else. I could barely spend like 30 minutes without stuffing something in my mouth. And many of us live that way. And if we're constantly eating, our body never gets to rest. You know, when your body's empty, it's not digesting, then your body can rest and your body can heal. And if your body's resting, then your mind can rest as well. Because if your body's working, then your mind is working. Because the subconscious mind controls like all your bodily functions. It controls your digestion and everything like that. So if your body's working, your mind is also working. So that's why, like when you go into bed, try not to eat too late in the day. So that way when you're sleeping, your stomach is empty. So that way your stomach's not working while you're sleeping. And then you can get better rest. So, you know, the things that you're feeding yourself, your environment, of course. When it comes to energy, try not to let your environment control your energy too much, but we are affected by our environments. If we're in an environment that people are really gossiping, a lot of people are cussing, you know, terrible music is being played, and there's a lot of anger, things like that, that can drain you. It's good to practice, you know, enough. Keep your vibrations high enough so that way you're not impacted by those environments, and you can also try to make the best out of those environments. And you can also, if you can, like when you go in an environment like that, see if you can change up the environment, see if you can have your energy counter the energy in the room. Sometimes I'm able to do that, other times I'm not. It depends, but I do my best to like pick environments where I know that I will thrive, that I know that my energy will rise up. But at the same time, you know, we do have to enter those other environments because we are light workers. So we are trying to impact and influence people. And sometimes that means you might have to get into the nitty gritty and get in the middle of it and still be able to function in those environments. If you walk into an environment that's not the best and you crumble, then that's not so good. You should be able to get in there and do your thing anyway. Be you wherever you go. Like your environment shouldn't affect the way that you act. If you find that certain environments that you go to, you're not able to be yourself, ask yourself, why am I not being myself? Why am I being afraid to be myself? I know sometimes I'll be at the park and I want to hug a tree, and then I'll see people walking by, but I'm like, there are people walking. I don't want them to see me hug this tree and think of me as like a hippie or whatever. You know, that was in the past. Now I don't care. Like, you know, whenever like I'm like I get the urge to do something, but then I rethink it because there are people around. I check myself. I'm like, man, JJ, why do you still care? Because, you know, we care. We care a lot about what other people think, and that drains a lot of our energy because caring what other people think keeps us from what we want to do naturally many times. Because what we naturally want to do, and the fun things that are the things that are fun to do, are usually frowned upon, or you know, other people will think you're weird. So we're always constantly overthinking things. So instead of doing what comes naturally, doing what comes first in our minds, we talk ourselves out of it, and then we force ourselves to do something else, and that causes extra energy. It takes no energy to do something instinctive. You look at children; they're probably just doing the first thing that comes to their mind, and it comes effortlessly. So they can actually retain their energy because what they're doing is inspired action. It is an action. It is something that they want to do. But many of us, we talk ourselves out of what we want to do, and we do something else. We have conditioned ourselves to not be ourselves, and that is draining. It is no different. It's like we are wearing a mask all the time, and we're playing a role. We are acting all the time, and because we are acting all the time, we don't have any energy because it takes energy to act. It takes energy to be something that you are not. To be you, and to just do what feels right, to do what feels natural, to just let yourself and just breathe and just no thought. You don't have to think. You just feel. You feel like lifting your arm, you just lift your arm. You feel like dancing, you just dance. You feel like running, you just run. You feel like jumping, you jump. You feel like hugging somebody, you just hug somebody. But nowadays, we're just like, I want to do this, but we think about it. We think about that. We think about it. So we literally think about everything. And we think too much. We kind of have to get out of our minds and into our bodies. So talking about getting into our bodies, working out, being active, that is a great way to, keep your energy going, keep your, because it's hard to have an effective body, because, your body is like, your energy flows through your body, but if your body is very constricted, if you're not like stretching, if you're not being active, then your body reflects that, and your body starts to kind of slow down, and there's not much energy going through it. But once you start moving the body, you get that little high. Especially, I love lifting weights. I get that, those endorphins going, and I just feel good. You can literally get high just by working out, going for a nice run, a nice jog. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So whatever you do, get active. That's going to help you so much when it comes to energy. The last thing I'll say, there's so much when it comes to energy, because really energy is everything. Everything is energy. So the last thing I want to mention in this video, because I don't want to make it too long, is one thing that really helped me to conserve my energy, and this one is a big one for me, and I think this is a big one for a lot of people, is to practice non-judgment. Now, this is not easy, and I think I still judge. I do still judge, but I judge way less than I used to. And when I find myself judging now, I don't get attached to the judgment, and I kind of talk myself out of it. I'm conscious about how I'm thinking about things. But the non-judgment just means that you accept things as they are. Me, I used to be a very controlling person, so I had to work on that. I wanted my environments and I wanted the people around me to be the way that I wanted them to be. And at that time in my life, I had no idea how bad that was, me wanting things to be the way I want them to be. Because if everything was the way you wanted it to be, then it would actually be kind of a boring life. There would not be any challenges, and then you wouldn't learn anything, because everything would be as you want, exactly the way that you want them to be. And the thing about it is, that's just showing that you want to control everything. And the way I look at it is, what if you could control everything? What if you had to control everything? And let's not even talk about everything yet. Let's just say, what if you had to control your body? What if you had to control your body? You had to control all the cells in your body. You had to control your lungs, all your organs. You had to control your eyes. You had to control your lips. You had to control everything. Every single little thing. You had to control your breathing. Let's say you had to control all that. Would you even be able to function? And now we're trying to control this outer world. There's so much that makes up our body. There's so much, our body is literally a universe. It's a world. There's a world here. And then we can't even control this. We can't control every single thing. And it's like, yes, it's one power that controls all this, the breath of God that takes care of all this. But there's so many different cells, so many different organs, so many things inside of us that are all playing their role in making sure that this happens. And this is kind of like what the humans in this world have to do. We have to kind of play all roles. We have to do what we came here for. We have to be us. We have to be in tune with who we are, so we can do what we came here to do and have this planet running beautifully, just as our bodies are running beautifully. If your body's not running beautifully, hopefully this message will help you. Because that's what I say the one thing we have to do is take care of ourselves. If we can take care of ourselves, we take care of each other, and we take care of the planet. And I mean truly take care of ourselves. Truly take care and love ourselves, because we are the planet. You are the planet. Everything is a reflection of you. So the no judgment, it helped me so much. Because we can't control everything, and we shouldn't want to control everything. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is as it should be. And when you try to control things, when you're always judging things, oh, this is not so good, this should be like this should be like that, when you're thinking like that, this becomes a habit, and this becomes a mindset, and this becomes a way of life. And wherever you go, you're judging something. And if you're judging something, then guess what? You are missing out on the present moment. because your energy is focused somewhere else, and you're gonna miss a whole bunch. You're gonna miss life, and you're gonna find it hard to be happy. You're gonna find it hard to be satisfied because you're gonna be judging everybody. You're gonna be judging everybody. You're gonna be judging everything, and you're gonna be judging yourself. And with all this judgment, you're putting so much energy towards everything but yourself. You're not paying attention to yourself. And you, like I said, you're going to find a hard time to be happy. You're going to find a hard time to make meaningful relationships. You're not going to really see people for who they are because you'll be judging them on their bad habits, and you won't see the love within them. You won't be able to speak to their higher self. You'll be dragging out of them what you don't like because you'll be focused on what you don't like. You're always focusing on what you don't like. So then, in wanting to be in control, you actually realize that you really can't be in control, and you don't want to be in control. Nobody likes a controlling person, and you can't control people. You can't make people do what you want them to do. People are going to be them. You should admire people the way that they are. You should love people unconditionally the way that they are. You shouldn't want to change them. You should embrace them. And you should also embrace life, and you should also embrace yourself. So also, if you keep on judging others, like I said, you're also judging yourself. And the mind is doing so much work already if you give the mind extra work. So if you're judging people, you're giving your mind extra work to do. Now your mind is being taxed by judging others, by judging things, by judging your environment, by judging and judging and judging and judging. So your mind is exhausted. Your mind is now exhausted. Your mind never stops working. Even when you're sleeping, your mind is thinking about all the things you're judging and judging and judging and judging. And then you're eating, and if you're eating bad food on top of that, and you're in bad environments, like these are all things that drain your energy and lower your vibration, and then these will just cause you to be attracted to low vibrational activities, like, you know, maybe like reality TV and things like that. Some things are good in moderation, but in our society, we don't know moderation. You know, we eat too much, we do too much, we just get caught up in so many things, and we just have to kind of relax and take a deep breath. Maybe just spend 15, 20, 30 minutes a day doing nothing, just sitting there or just laying there and trying not to think, maybe putting on some good music and just relaxing, accept things as they are, and see the magic in the world, and know that there is no such thing as an ordinary moment. It is all magical. We live in a magical world, and in the present moment, in the now, it's the only moment that truly matters. It's the only moment that you can make a change. You know, now is when you have the power. So that's my video today about energy. Like, let's get our energy going. Let's get our energy up. Let's get our vibrations up. You know, keeping your vibration up will help you to be attracted to high vibrational activities, like going into nature, meditating, reading good books, listening to good audios, and also being loving. So, of course, breathing, no matter what, and no matter where you are, you can always just take a break and then just take a deep breath, and take as many deep breaths as you want until you calm yourself down to a place where your heart's not beating too fast and your mind's not running around in circles. Just take a moment for yourself. Take a moment to enjoy life. Take a moment to be. If you like this video, hit the like button below. Subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one if you haven't already. Hit the bell to be notified for when I make new videos. And of course, share my videos and let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.